There's a large variety of handguns used for concealed carry and armed self-defense, a bewildering variety, in fact. There are full-size semi-automatic pistols and compact semi-automatics, full-size revolvers, compact revolvers. Sometimes you'll even see Derringer-type pistols or mini revolvers. However, most handguns carried for concealed carry or armed self-defense fall into two broad categories, either the semi-automatic pistols or the double-action revolvers. We'll talk about each of these in detail. Here we have a typical small revolver. The parts of the revolver are the grip. This, of course, is where you hold the handgun. The frame. The frame is the portion of the handgun that holds all of the other components together. The trigger guard, which keeps your finger and other items from accidentally hooking and operating the trigger. The trigger itself. The cylinder, which holds the ammunition. The ejector rod, which is used in unloading the revolver. The barrel, which is the hollow tube down through which the bullet or the projectile exits the firearm. The muzzle, which is the hole in the end of the barrel through which the bullet exits. At the top of the barrel above the muzzle is the front sight. At the rear is the rear sight, which in this type of revolver is a very simple little notch at the rear. This is the hammer, which strikes the primer in the cartridge to ignite it and set off the charge. And the hammer spur, which can be used to manually cock the hammer when firing in single action mode. And lastly, we have the cylinder latch, which can be operated in order to open the action of the revolver, like so. We mentioned the ejector rod earlier. Pressing the ejector rod with the cylinder open causes the extractor here to remove any ammunition that is loaded into the cylinder. The semi-automatic handgun. The parts of the semi-automatic handgun are the grip, which is where you of course hold the handgun, the trigger guard, which keeps your finger and other objects away from the trigger, the trigger itself, the magazine release. The location of the magazine release may vary from gun to gun. This is a fairly typical location. The slide, the barrel, the very front of the barrel from which the bullet exits the handgun is called the muzzle, and of course the barrel is a hollow tube down through which the bullet travels. At the top of the slide in the front is the front sight, which is used together with the rear sight in order to aim the handgun. There is a hammer, which when the trigger is operated, the hammer will fall, causing the firing pin to strike the primer of the cartridge in the handgun, causing it to fire. There is a manual safety lever on this model of handgun. There also happens to be a grip safety on this particular model. And of course, there's the magazine, which is the device that holds the ammunition that feeds the handgun.